visual gallery or tunnel, the museum, and lastly to a place called the Freedom Mall. So this park was established in 1991 by our former late President Jerry John Rawlings to honor the life and the legacies of our first Prime Minister and President, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Osajefo is a title which means the people's warrior or redeemer. He was born on the 21st of September 1909 in a village called Enokwas, the western part of Ghana. He was the only child of his parents, and his father also died when he was young. So it was his mom who took care of him. He completed his 4-year teacher training course at the Achimota Teacher Training College from 1926 to 1930. Right after completion, he became a pupil teacher at age 16. He was also enrolled in Achimota Teacher Training College for 4 years. Please, are we listening? In 1947, he moved to Ghana, his own country. Coming here, he was prepared to be the General Secretary of our first official political party, UGCC, United Gold Coast Convention. The people were declaring independence for our country. So he had a fallout with that political party and established his own political party 2 years. After that time, he was still campaigning to be Prime Minister under the Governor Sir Charles Adenklerk. So his political party won in 1952. He was made Prime Minister. From 1952 to 1960, that was when he was Prime Minister. He was under the Governor Sir Charles Adenklerk. So in 1957, on the 6th of March, he came to this ground to declare independence. This ground was called the Old Polo Ground. It was a place where the British used to play a game called polo game. And blacks or our forefathers were never allowed on this land. So where the statue is was the exact spot he stood on the 6th of March 1957 to declare independence for our country and not the Independence Square. That same year he got married to an Egyptian, and I'm but he had an affair with a half British, half Ghanaian woman in 1935. And it's brought forth Professor Emeritus Francis Nkrumah. He's a retired medical doctor. Fatia also gave birth to 3 kids, namely Gamal Nkrumah, Samia Nkrumah, and Sepi Nkrumah, of which all of them are still alive. 2 of them are politicians here in Ghana, and 1 is a journalist in Egypt. In 1960, he was officially sworn in as president. He ruled for 6 years as president, from 1960 to 1966. In 1966, on his way for a peace mission in Vietnam, a police and a military coup overthrew him. He feared his life and never came back. He went to exile in Guinea. Over there, his very best friend Sekou Touré was the then Guinea president. He invited him over and made him co-president for 5 years, from 1966 to 1971. In 1971, he left Guinea to treat himself at Bucharest Hospital in Romania. Upon receiving treatment, he died in 1972. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer. After he died, because he was co-president in Guinea, his body was embalmed from Bucharest Hospital in Romania and brought to Guinea and buried there for 3 months. Thereafter, his mom was alive, so his mom and his family members requested for his body. His body was then re-embalmed and placed into a metallic casket, brought from Guinea straight to Enokwas in his village. Over there, he was on public display for close to 20 years. Upon establishing this plaque in 1991, his final remains were then transferred from that metallic casket, placed into a wooden casket, and then finally buried in the mausoleum over there. Please, any questions? Please, any questions? The statue you see is made of bronze. Anytime pointing forward, you face either east or west. You face forward. So in other words, forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. This was the exact same spot we used on the 5th of March 1967 to declare independence of our country. So let's take a good look at the mausoleum. So let's say. He also feared his life and never came back. So proceeding into the audiovisual gallery, please, if there are no pictures or videos are allowed, so please one at a time. Don't rush and no talking.